Taiwan has made a pledge that can irk China. It wants to tear down 760 statues of the Chinese dictator Chiang Kai-Shek. Taiwan is dotted with these statues. For years, the government and the society has been embroiled in a debate over what to do with them. There was a time when the smiling dictator greeted you almost everywhere in Taiwan. The number of statues exceeded 40,000, but it has become a far rarer sight now. This is after the government established a Transitional Justice Committee in 2018. The committee basically investigates the rule of the former generals. One of its recommendations was to remove the thousands of statues from public spaces. Many have already gone. The Ministry of Interior aims to quickly remove those still remaining. And where would the statues go? Most have been stashed away in a riverside park south near the capital, Taipei. Here you can see Chiang Kai-Shek sitting in scholars' robes, in marshal's uniform, surrounded by adoring children, astride a stallion, and in his old age, leaning on a walking stick. You see, a democratic Taiwan no longer seems to have room for its former ruler, and with that, it is also erasing symbols of one China. Let me give you some background here. Chiang fled China in 1949 to escape inevitable defeat in the Civil War. He came to Taiwan, which became the Republic of China. Chiang led his nationalists or Kuomintang troops and set up an interim government. He ruled the island for nearly 3 decades until he breathed his last in 1975. Meanwhile, the mainland, under the rule of Mao Zedong's communist forces, became the People's Republic of China. Both the leaders claimed the other's territory, but neither Chiang nor Mao conceived of Taiwan as a separate place. Both believed in one China. Under Chiang's rule, any expressions of Taiwanese political identity were ruthlessly crushed. Many thousands were tortured, imprisoned, executed. The period entered the history books as the White Terror. But the era of military rule is long over. Many believe monuments across Taiwan commemorate the White Terror. It seems there is no space for the idea of one China in Taiwan. Everything has changed on either side of the 100-mile strait. China has become richer, stronger, and an unmistakable threat. Taiwan has become a democracy that wants to be independent. The Democratic Progressive Party now rules the island. It has been for the last 8 years, 16 years in total. In the past, it has called for Taiwanese independence. Its success largely grew out of anti-Beijing sentiment. Today, however, the DPP no longer talks about the need for formal independence, not out loud at least. Maybe that is why the growing sentiment, especially among the youths, is the party is not going far enough. The pledge to remove the remaining statues of Chiang comes after the same criticism that the government is not moving fast enough. So the ruling party is delivering what is expected from it. It is tearing down symbols of one China. But how will China react? The gesture seems pretty unfriendly towards the mainland. In fact, it has been labeled as a de-Sinicization effort. Will there be any repercussions is the question. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.